So you're 10 and you're living now in Long Island, or was it a few
Yeah.
years after?
Yeah, I'm probably like 11 at this point, going on 12. So yeah, I'm in Long Island at this point.
And you said that during this time, you and your sisters had to be living in shelters at first before
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
settled in Huntington, right?
Yes, sir.
So what was that like, staying in the shelter, and how long did you guys do that for?
Hmm. I think we was in the, looking back, I can't remember exactly how long, but I say it was probably like 6 months, something like that. I remember though, it wasn't what you would think of when you think of a shelter. It wasn't like, um, big bowls of slop and somebody in there mixing and, everybody miserable. Nah, it wasn't that at all. It was really a super nice, like an apartment complex. And it was ran by, I guess, like a certain organization. And they had it to where everybody had chores, whether children or adults. You had to wash dishes. You had to be home at a certain time. You was responsible for cleaning the kitchen, the bathroom, stuff like that. So it was actually really, really nice, man. They didn't play, and you had to be there. Like I said, you had to be there on time every night, stuff like that. So it wasn't bad. It was just, you knew if you made one mistake, you was going to be homeless for real.
So it was still structure there for you as a child in that way that you needed, but it wasn't home.
Right.
Right.
It wasn't home. It wasn't home. I mean, it felt better because you got to think I went from living with my step-pop with pretty much no family around me right then to now I'm around my sister, my nephew. Now my other sister's in New York at that time. So I felt a lot better because I'm around family. But yeah, we still homeless nonetheless.
So why didn't you end up staying with your step-pops at that time?
Just because I think, just being a kid, I didn't understand that was the best place for me. I just knew my mom died. My blood family is no longer around me. So I think just as a kid, you just want to be around the people that you know is your blood. And that's what I did. I don't think it was I don't think it was the right choice, but I don't think it was the wrong choice. I think I was just being a kid. But again, call me crazy, but just the way I look at it now, I feel like women can't really teach a boy to be a man. And I think that was my problem. Sisters love me to death, but I had to go back to my step pop to get that discipline.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of single moms out there that do their best. They definitely do. And, shout out to them. But at the end of the day, a man knows what it's like to be a man in this society, especially a man of color, right? So you needed that man influence to teach you how to move in that certain way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you were living in Huntington at 12 to what age?
So let's say we moved. So this, I think, 12, 13, however long it took in the different transitions from the shelters to the temporary placement to finally getting our crib. So I'm about 12, 13 at this point. We're in Huntington. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I couldn't tell you because it was so long ago, but I do know that we moved a lot in those first probably year of being there before we really got settled. So it was a lot, bro. I really can't tell you everything.
Gotcha. Okay. So then, but you said during this time, this is where you really like found music, right? Like you really found rapping and everything.
Yeah.
So, what was it that made you finally settle on like, okay, like I want to be rapping, or this is like my outlet for me?
Well, I don't know if we mentioned it, but so what made me even want to rap was because my brother took me to the movie theater before he passed away to see House Party. And the moment that I saw the battle with Kid and Play, that's the moment that I knew I wanted to be an MC. I didn't know I didn't really know what hip hop was. I didn't know about the culture. I didn't know about anything, but whatever they doing right now that got everybody going crazy, I want to do that. And that was kind of my focus at that age. I didn't know about music, songs, song structure, 16 bars, nothing. So at that age that you're talking about, all I wanted to do was battle somebody. I was actually terrible, not kind of terrible. I was terrible. My rhymes was horrible, wasn't good. But I just had that what you call that? I guess that spirit for competition. So I just would look to battle. So when it was time to go to school, I was battling cats that was way better than me. When I say I was bad, I was bad. So I was getting smoked probably every battle until I just got better. And I would say it took probably a year of losses, maybe a little longer, a year and some change of just losing and getting told by my homies, yo, you're whack, yo, you're corny, bro. Just stop, play basketball, because I was good at basketball. So they used to tell me like, bro, just play ball. Rapping is not going to work for you. So yeah, that's how I got nice.
So, what were you so fascinated about in that scene that you saw from Kid and Play that made you feel like, was it the crowd reaction or what was it that captivated you?
It was the crowd reaction, but it was more of the battle of words. Like I never knew that you can battle with words. Like it sounds simple, but to a kid that's watching, it was like the illest thing ever. So I think for whatever reason, it's kind of like verbal boxing. I looked at it that way. So every since it just give me like this rush, and I've been getting that rush ever since. I still get it, which is why I still do what I do. But yeah, I think I was more addicted to, you know what it gave me? It gave me the feeling of being able to fight or something that's super dangerous without actually doing something dangerous or fighting. It gave me that same energy.
So, do you think at that age that you were able to comprehend like the intellectual side of it? Because, like you said, like it was like sparring, but with words, right? Do you think that you
Right.
comprehended that side?
No, hell no. I didn't. I ain't think that. I just knew I wanted to be better than the next guy. That's all I knew. That's it. That was literally my driving factor. Like, yo, who's dope? I would go to school with my homies, and I remember I would listen intently for whoever they would say, yeah, such and such, he's dope, or such and such got bars. All right, tell him I want to battle. I ain't heard him. He's probably 30 years better than me. And sure enough, I would run across these guys and get smoked. And then just one day, I just remember just starting to figure it out. Like, oh, okay, so this is how I make a punchline. Oh, so the crazier my punchline is, the more the crowd won't go crazy. Once I mastered punchlines, game over.
So you said prior to rapping, like you was hooping, right? Like, did you want to
100%.
be like a basketball player in the NBA at that age?
I thought I was going to the NBA. Just like so many, I thought I was going to the NBA, bro. I never thought hip hop was going to be what I would really be doing. Even into the yearbook in Huntington, I'm in the yearbook. It says Rob Evans is one of the most likely to go to the NBA. Like everybody just knew I was nice. In fact, I think as a junior, they put me on a varsity team. Like they was breaking rules for me. They was breaking so many rules. My coach knew I wasn't good at math. So he was like, this is what I'm gonna do. We can't have you failing math. I'm gonna become your math teacher. So literally my coach made herself my math teacher, made sure I passed math to keep me on the basketball team. Like I was nice, super nice.
And what made you end up giving up ball?
I twisted my ankle one day, man, just randomly twisted my ankle. And when I twisted my ankle, you know how, again, as a child, you don't realize the repercussions of stuff. You just think, things happen. But when I hurt myself, it kind of hit me like, damn, if I'm hurt, my career over. Like, damn, I don't know if I want to put my whole life on this basketball. Like, cause one move, I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna have to get a regular job and I'm gonna have to figure it out all over again. So I kind of made up my mind to just go full fledged MC.
And you were like what, like 17 at this time, like when you
Yep,
finally gave
exactly.
up? Okay, and
Yep.
then this is
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
decide.
Right.
This is when you decide I want to pursue music full time. This is what I want to do with my life.
Right. Still don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know nothing about studio time. I'm dead broke, but I know basketball. That's not like